In this video, I will show you exactly how to set up the $0 AI image generator with n8n Mistral and Together AI API. This is the full setup that powers the demo that you just saw. If you didn't see the demo, just click the link in the description and see the previous video of the demo of this workflow. Let's get into it. First thing, let's cover the goals of this workflow. We're going to build a fully automated AI visual generator inside n8n. We're going to use Mistral for creative prompting and intelligence, which is going to be free. We're going to use Together AI API, and we're going to use Snell free model for actual image rendering. Here, this image model is free again, but in order to use Together AI API, now we have to, if you are registering for first time, you have to top up $5 and you can use it however you want these $5, and the image generation model is completely free after that. If you have your Together AI API key from before these new rules, you are free to go and use it. And we're going to output cinematic visuals directly in a form to your PC or your mobile phone. Straight away you can download it. The workflow overview is this: user form is going to collect the visual idea. Mistral agent is going to enhance and expand the concept. User is going to pick one of the visual directions because the Mistral agent is going to create 5 different variations of your visual idea, and you're going to pick one. And then second Mistral agent is going to turn it into a cinematic prompt. Then we're going to send it to Together AI API, generate the image, and it's going to return the image automatically to our form. This is how the workflow looks. This is the form. This is the Mistral prompt enhancer. Here we are getting 5 variations of our prompts, and then whenever we choose, it is enhancing the prompt, optimizing it, then we're generating the image and sending it back to our form submission again. Do not look of the upper part right now. This will be on the second video of this 6-video series. So let's continue on the first one. And first, let's get the API keys. What we have to get: Together AI API key. You just have to go to Together AI and sign in. And when you sign in, you're going to see on API AI.ai on the dashboard, straight away you're going to see your API key that you can use. And let me show you my credits. You can see I have only $1 remaining because this API key was created months ago. Back then, Together AI was giving us to create free accounts, and they've been giving $1 for free to us, and I've been using it since then without topping up anything. But I have created new account as well, and I saw that they have a rule that you have to top up $5 in the beginning for the first time, and you can use it to use some other models from their playground or API, whatever you want. But for this specific model that we are using, it's not going to charge you any credits. And then from the API keys, just copy your API key, save it to Notion, and tick this Together API key is taken. Now we have to take our Mistral API key. We are going to Mistral.ai. We click Try AI Studio, and here on the AI Studio, let me log out. You have to come and log in with your Google account or Apple account, whatever you want. Just create an account and sign in. And when you sign in, at first it wanted for me to verify my phone number. I have verified it. And then you can go to API keys and just create new API key. Just write n8n test, for example. You don't have to put any expiration date. Create new API key, and you can get this API key, copy it, and paste it into some safe place. And that's it. We have our Together AI API key and Mistral API keys. Now, with these 2 keys, what we're going to do, we are going to n8n, and we're going to use them here on our AI agents in Mistral, and we're going to use them on Together AI API. But let's start from the first step. we're going to create a form submission, which will collect our image concept, art style, platform and size, mood, and brand color accent. Let's go here, and from the plus, we are going to choose form submission, n8n form, trigger, new n8n form. And here on the form title, we are using generate your AI image. Form description is describe the animated business visual you want. Then on the field names, we are using image concept text, and here just on the placeholder, I'm putting some example of image generation. This is required. Then on field name 2, we are using art style, element type drop down, and we are using and adding all of the options that we want to be able to generate. These are a lot of options. I have generated them with ChatGPT. You can generate your ones as well, or just go down in the description and download this template. And when you download it, you can see or use this form submission, for example, in your other workflows as well. These are a lot of different styles: futuristic hologram UI, low poly 3D art, watercolor digital animation, a lot of image generation. Prompt styling, this is a required field as well. On the next field, it's a platform size. From the drop down, we are using Instagram Square, Instagram Story, LinkedIn Feed, LinkedIn Portrait, YouTube Thumbnail, and Twitter Landscape. This is required as well. So according to these choices, we're gonna be able to put different width and height of the image. So our image generation model knows what type of image to generate. For mood of the image, on the drop down, we have a lot of moods again: confident, trustworthy, techie, innovative. You can pause the video wherever you want to copy them. Professional, energetic, optimistic, focused, modern, premium, futuristic, calm, collaborative, minimalist, cheerful, curious. They are a lot, as you can see. And this is a required field as well. Why I'm doing them as required? Because I don't want to get any errors in the workflow. So in the beginning of the workflow, I am making sure that every time in the workflow, there's gonna be same type of input every time, in order to process in the workflow. Brand color accent, this is the only variable that we have. Either the placeholder is my orange that I am using usually, or leave blank, or if you want, just go to Canva or some color hex code generator and get the hex code of your color accent that you want to use, and directly just type it here and it's gonna be able to use it. This is our first node, and then when we submit it, let me pin this. What we are doing next, we are getting code node. Here you just write code, JavaScript, and we have this input. Let me delete this. We have this input, the image concept, art style, and etc. This JavaScript code was generated by ChatGPT. Again, I have just copied the JSON of this and said to ChatGPT, I want you to create a JavaScript code which is gonna take this input, and I am putting, even I have copied this full form submission, because if I copy the form submission, all of these variations and everything is gonna be in the clipboard. So you just click this, Control or Command copy, and you can go to ChatGPT, and let's say I want you to generate a JS or JavaScript code which will get these inputs when the user chooses them, and then I want this code to output the choices, but from the choices of image size or from the choices of platform to convert the choice to image dimensions. And you are pasting the full JSON code. Here you can see all of the options and everything is written here. So you can straight away have it. And also in the moment I have the pinned data, that is the output. This is really important because it's gonna know what is the output of this node as well. And now when we click submit, it's going to straight away be able to generate the code node. And straight away it's going to go and make the code node. It's going to know and output. If user selects this, it's going to output this with width and height. This is why I'm using the code node, because Flux Schnell model maximum width and height is 1536, and all of the numbers that we are using here on width and height has to be a multiply of 16. This is why instead of giving the choice to the user, they have to write some numbers or so they're gonna be able to make a mistake. I am reducing the chance of making mistake. Even I'm making it 0, because they can choose from these presets, which are Instagram square, feed, story, portrait, and YouTube thumbnail, and etc. And this knows that all multiple of 16, max 1536, and it knows the width and height that it has to calculate and output straight away. And this is what we have in this code. I have chosen LinkedIn feed, and now when I chosen LinkedIn feed, it knows that it has to generate a landscape image. If we choose, for example, let's clear the execution and run the code node, or run the form submission first. So just say art style any, platform size. If we say LinkedIn feed and just choose any, we submit it. And now let's pin this. And if we execute this step, we're gonna see that it's generating a landscape image. We can make, if we want to generate a square image for LinkedIn, we can just say here 1536. So whenever we choose a LinkedIn feed, it's gonna generate a square image for the LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the portrait mode. And for height, we can use 1536. And then what this code node does is whatever the user chooses here, for example, LinkedIn feed is going to create a square image. Width and height are going to be converted. If the user chooses Instagram story, let's edit it here and say Instagram story. Let's save it. And now if I run it, you're going to see that this is going to be portrait. You can see the width is 188. It's not 180 because it's not a multiply of a 16. These are the rules of the image sizes that Flux Schnell can generate. This is why the width and height has to be a multiple of 16. And that's it. We have the Instagram story. And then the next node where we have to get our Mistral API key, as you already get it. So here we're going to use them. You just click here, AI agent. You just add an AI agent here, and then just click define below. And here on the prompt user message, click expression, and you have to write double brackets JSON, which is getting all of the concepts from the previous node. And in order to remove this object, just click dot to JSON string, and we can see straight away we have left only with the important information from the previous node, concept, style, and everything. This is the user message of the agent. And here on the options, you have to click add options and system message, and click expression. And here you can pause the video if you want to copy, screenshot it, or to copy the system prompt, or from the link below you can download it for free straight away. So we say role, you are a creative director and visual innovation strategist. Your job is to turn a user business image concept into 5 scroll stopping visual options for them to choose from. And user input, we have the concept, art style, chosen mood, and brand accent. Valid art style options, must only use this. This is why I'm pasting all of the options that we have on the form in the beginning. And valid mood options, again, I'm just copying all of the mood options that we have in the form. And then we say required output format. This is what this agent will output. Return a JSON array with this exactly basically 5 items. So all of the 5 items are going to be title of the concept, style of the concept, one exact style, valid art style option, mood, and reason. Why exactly this? And rules for 5 options. Number 1, user's original intent with minimal changes. Number 2 is to enhance version using user's chosen style and mood. Number 3, 4, and 5 are surprising and more creative interpretation using different styles and mood selected from the lists above. So number 1 and 2 are going to be enhanced modes of our choice, and 3, 4, and 5 are going to be just different styles and suggestions from the agent. Business visual requirements. Concept must show value of automation, productivity, business growth, innovation, or teamwork. You can change this if you are in some other business, or you can put your business details here so it can know what to generate. Can include stylized characters on symbolic automations. Must be premium, looking for LinkedIn audiences usually. And we say do not include real humans or photorealistic skin, because we can have some restrictions to hit, or on humans usually this model creates sometimes really good human face, for example, or if we try to generate full body of a human, the fingers and stuff are not good with this model. Emojis, multiple sentences. We cannot generate multiple sentence text, and wireless or childish cartoon themes. So you can remove this if you want childish cartoon themes, but for LinkedIn and Instagram, I'm just saying to not use them. And the objective is help the user to choose most visually compelling concept before generation. And then on the chat model here, you have to click the plus button, come down on Mistral, and here you have to create new credential, go to Mistral, get your API key, paste it here, put your account name here, save it, and that's it. And you're gonna have saved straight away your Mistral account. And for model, just use Mistral small or Mistral medium. This is a really good model. And then we are enhancing our prompt. We can see the output of this is a JSON with title, concept, and everything. And then on this code note, how we are creating it again, we come into here to JSON. And if you want to copy the full JSON of agent or whatever you want in n8n, you can click these brackets. When you click these brackets, for example, if you click the first bracket, it's going to straight away make them in one item. And then you can choose copy selection, go to ChatGPT, and what we're gonna want is to parse the JSON from this full output. So what we mean with parsing the JSON, we mean that we want it to output 5 items with title, concept, style, reason, and that's it. And then the second item to have again title, concept, as we said to our agent, in order to show 5 different variations of our request. This is why we are copying this full JSON. And you can go to ChatGPT again and just say, I want you to parse. Parse is just like extract the information from a JSON. Parse this JSON output in a clean format in separate items. And we say this. We are pasting our full JSON here. And now it's going to create a JavaScript code that we will copy. Perfect. Here is n8n code, JavaScript. And when you're requesting ChatGPT here, most of the times, if you don't get real good code value here, explicitly say that it is for n8n, because then it's going to create a better code. And now this is what we're going to have. Example output, 5 separate items. Output 1, title, concept, ID, selected everything. So we can copy the code, come here. We can just make another code note, JavaScript. Let's Control A and Control V, so paste everything. Let's pin this code node, pin this prompt enhancer as well, and run the code. And now you can see we have 5 items. And on the table view, we can see all of the items has different title, concept, style, confetti automation party, neon glow, clay automation team, hive, and etc. And this is the same thing that we are getting from our code node. Title, concept, reason. And that's it. And then for these 5 items, we are aggregating them into one single list. We are just choosing here aggregate, and instead of, let me choose this, and here instead of individual fields we just say all item data. So what does it mean? It's put the output field in data. This means it's going to output in field data all of the fields that it has as an input. Let's execute and see. You can see data and data 1, data 2, data 3, data 4, data 5. All of these are in one item right now. You can see. So why I'm doing it? Because I want on the form here, if I input all of the items separately, it has to bring me 5 form pages. But I want them to be in one form page. This is why I'm bringing them into one item. And then here, I'm splitting them out again so I can merge 5 items here. Let me show the logic here. So when I split out here, I'm getting same 5 items that I'm getting here. But in order to put all of them into the form page, which you can get from here, just write n8n form and next form page. And then on this next form page, you choose using the fields below. And form elements, just add a radio buttons and choose concept visually. This is the name of the field. And on the radio buttons, I'm just bringing the concept of each item in the aggregate node. I have put only the concept. You can add, for example, if you want, you can do it like this. Radio button, this is the concept. So we can say concept, this, and reason. And we can drag and drop the reason here. So when you choose radio buttons, just add radio button and drag and drop the concept from the previous nodes, data 1, data 2, all of the reasons. Let's make this to each of them. So here we're going to use data 1, we're going to use data 2, let's use data 3, and here we're going to use data 4. And then what we're going to get on our form screen is going to be concept and reason for each of these styles. Let's run it up to here on the second form from the beginning, so you can see what we're going to choose, and then we will continue with the merge node. Let me remove this, unpin this data, unpin this as well, and I'm going to clear the execution and run this form. It will not run now, so let me just remove this, and now I'm going to run the form submission. We can say again n8n workflow, art style any, platform size any, mood any, and blank. Submit. And now you will see we had to save. Let me stop it. Let's clear the execution and run the part of the workflow up to here. You have to save because we have built our workflow up to the split node and the form page. Let's build it now. So for image concept n8n workflow, we're gonna say art style any, submit the form. And now in the back, you can see the prompt enhancer is working. Now it's gonna go and make 5 different options that we can choose. And you can see now on the second form page, it is waiting, and we can choose our concept, a moody noir comic panel where a detective style figure follows and etc. And here we can see the reason, leverages the user's exact style while framing automation as a sleek investigate process ideal for analytic professionals. Let's choose any, and when we choose it, when we say generate, it's going to output our concept that we have chosen. whatever of the radio buttons you choose on the form is gonna straight away output only this one that you have chosen. And then what we're gonna do is here on limit wait time, we're gonna turn it on and we will say after 1 hour to stop, because if you're trying to generate something and if you forgot to fill the second form, this can run forever. This is why you have to limit always on the nodes that are waiting the limit time. Here on the options, just add options and form title to be choose your option and button label to be generate instead of submit. And this is it. And on the split node, you can see the 5 items, same items that we have from the code node. Exactly same items. And then we have to merge them into one now in order to understand what our user has chosen. And we're gonna add a merge node. You can come here and click merge. And we have to input both of the fields in the merge node. And here we're gonna choose combine because merge matching items together. We're gonna say matching fields and we say fields to match have different names. What is the logic here is we're gonna check from these 5 items that we have here, which concept is gonna match with the concept that our user has chosen. This is why we're gonna say matching fields to match have different names. Input field 1 is gonna be choose concept visually, which is gonna be from the form. We are dragging and dropping here. And what this gonna try to match with the output from this field, which is gonna be from the split out node and concept. It's gonna compare them and we will say output type keep the matches only. Items that match merge together. And both inputs merge together. And that's it. But now what we did, we have changed here and put concept and reason. So we have to remove them in the form. We have to remove them and leave the output of the concept only. You can make it work like this as well with the code node, but let's keep it simple. So let's run the workflow up to here again. Let's just pin this straight away in order to not generate again the same things. Just n8n workflow, any submit, and we can see a Moody Noir comic. And when we choose the concept generate, and now we're gonna see that this is exactly the same text with this one. So this merge node can compare them. What you have to do is here on combine matching fields, you have to connect split out node on the input 2 and the form on input 1. So where you have the one item that you have to compare with more items, it has to be input 1. And then on the merge node on input 1, we're gonna choose this choose concept visually. You're gonna just drag and drop it and be careful not make it expression, just leave it like this. And then what it's gonna do is it's gonna try to match the field from input 1 with the fields from input 2, which is gonna be from the split out node. You drag and drop the concept here again without making this expression, I'm telling you again, and it's gonna keep the matches and both inputs merged together. And when we execute the step, we can see that concept visually, it is matching this one with the concept of the item that has the same concept and returns the title, concept style, reason, and everything from it. So we are choosing this one. Let me make them like this to be better branched. And then what we are doing here is we have to use our Mistral API key. If you have to have it used, so you are just getting another AI agent here. Just click AI agent. And what we're gonna do is define below. We are merging, just choose the concept visually. We are dragging and dropping this here. So this one can know the concept. And then on the system message, you just come here to options, add options and system message. what we have, the role of the cinematic strategist. Your job is to convert business related visual into one polished animated cinematic prompt. Production goals, have our goals. You can pause and copy it, or you can download it from the description. Style selection, cinematography like shots, lenses, and etc. These are some just extras to the prompt. Subject, composition, and etc. Absolute restrictions. These are the restrictions that it doesn't have to produce. And produce a premium futuristic scroll stopping animated visual that would perform extremely well on LinkedIn and professional feeds. And here on the user prompt, you can just say concept, then you can say title and drag and drop the title. You can say style and drag and drop the style, and mood, you can drag and drop the mood, and reason, drag and drop the reason. So this agent can know the reason, mood, and style, everything for this image. And then it will generate an image prompt. Let's run it. On the chat model, again, you go and choose, just click Mistral and choose your model, which is Mistral Medium Latest that I'm using. Let's get image prompt now. And then we have our image prompt generated straight away. Cinematic animation prompt, serene paper cutout river, and etc. And then what we are doing here is the HTTP request. Here we come in here and HTTP request. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna import the curl request of Together AI API for the Schnell model. How we're gonna do that? Let's go to Together AI API again. You can write on Google straight away Flux Schnell free API, and you can go and choose Together AI. And here you can see the curl request of it. Straight away you can copy, and when you copy this, come to import curl, paste, and import it. You can see the bearer Together AI API key. Go to your Notion document and get your API key that you have saved from Together AI, paste it here, or to make it professional, just go here on authentication, generic credential types, header auth, and header auth, and create new credential, and here say authorization, and here you have to write bearer space and your API token, and just click save, and then you can turn these headers off, and you're gonna choose only header and the account. And then on the body, when you import it, it's gonna make it like this with the body parameters and everything, but this is not working properly. This is why we're gonna change it, specify body, we're gonna choose JSON. And here on the JSON, what we're gonna do is go, and this is the JSON from this curly bracket to this curly bracket. Just copy it and paste it here. And what we have the model, we have the prompt. Here on the prompt, make this JSON expression, and then we can drag and drop our prompt here. So we're gonna get the output and drag and drop it here. The width, we have to drag and drop it from the code node in the beginning that we have. So we're gonna drag and drop the width here because it's gonna be a number. The height, steps, just we can use 4 steps only on Flux Schnell, so just click 4 and just keep it 1. Response format, this is URL now. If you keep it like this, it's gonna output a URL of the image. If you make it like my one is, just prompt width, height, steps, and response format is B64, and this one stop double brackets. So you can just pause here, copy this text, and go in the response format and the latest line here, just paste them, and that's it. Now with this prompt, this one is gonna generate an image directly, but if you see this JSON parameter needs to be valid JSON, this is because this is not a valid JSON. We have quotation marks, stars, and everything. What we have to do is we have to use an expression to stringify it. So this is the expression on n8n that you can, whenever you see this JSON parameter needs to be valid JSON in any input, whatever you want, you can try the first thing to do. Just write this JSON stringify and put your output into the brackets. So we're going to copy the whole format and I'm going to show you them side by side to compare. Let's open it. Now you can see the output, how it is, with the stars, with the quotation mark somewhere, with the new lines, everything. And now if I paste it, let me paste it in down. JSON look stringifies without any new lines. If, for example, the new lines is just /n and etc. If we have the quotation marks are marked with the slashes again, everything is made in order to work with JSON, because the prompt has to be in proper JSON format. So we put a JSON.stringify, and in the brackets here you can just drag and drop the output. And let's run it again to see. Let me see if I have some error somewhere. When it's JSON stringify, as you can see the prompt, and we have these quotation marks, we have to remove the quotation marks then, because it straight away it is putting it into the quotation marks. So in order to use JSON stringify, you have to remove the quotation marks from here. This was a good error to show you this step as well. And now we can run. And what we're gonna get is some numbers and something without any image. Don't worry. This is a B64 JSON. So again, do not worry about it. It just encoding your image is written like a code with this B64, with all of these letters, numbers, and etc. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use the edit node. So set node here, set or edit. Just put in the set or edit node, but not there, just here. And what we are doing is we say base 64 and we are putting the base 64 JSON here. And that's it. Here we just clear in the formatting and execute the step. And we have our base 64 here. And what n8n have is convert to file. So we can move base 64 string to file. We're gonna drag and drop this base 64 input field, and it's gonna output it as data field. We can have our file name renamed if you want. For example, from the split out or on the merge, we can say the file name to be this, for example, Paperflow, Automation, Zen, and etc. And let's choose and convert it to file. And you can see we have file name this, and we have our image. Just some paper cut things and etc. What we have on our Cinematica serene paper, cutout river, composed it, layered origami nodes, folder in geometric workflow icons like gears, arrows, checkmark flows, and etc. Shot as a hero wide angle, and this is the image. So these are the workflows, types, the river, some origami, and that's it. And what we want to do with this file is here we're gonna add form ending, and on the form ending we're gonna use return binary file. And completion title, what I'm using here is your image. Thank you for using my image generation flow, Muro AI. And straight away we can use this form. Let me copy and paste it to show to you. And what we are doing here, input data field, we just say data because it is written data here. Limit waiting time, again we are choosing 1 hour. If the image is generated and the form, it's gonna wait for 1 hour and it's gonna cancel, not any other options. And that's it. And when we run it, now it's gonna go and return this image directly to the form submission. Let me delete this part and run the full workflow from the beginning till the end. Let's say on form, I have the data pin here. This is why it's running. Let's clear on form submission. Example, let's say realistic. We said that it's not going to generate violence, but let's say fighting scene from Mortal Kombat game. and semi-realistic stylized 3D, LinkedIn feed, collaborative or no, premium let's say, and no color accent. Two semi-realistic 3D warrior SEOs clash in a boardroom arena, their move symbolizing high-stake deal negotiations, automation shield, flagship like market insight. This is because we said that it has to create a LinkedIn business style. You can remove the LinkedIn business style and you can make this whole workflow to create whatever style and platform images you want. Hologram avatars, chessboard transforms into two samurai style, one wielding a scaling katana, the other pivot naginata duel, a top for item. Let's choose the first one and generate the image prompt. It's going to generate the image, and now on the form here we're going to get the image binary file, which straight away gives us to save it as a file. And this is the image, two warriors on above the earth and deal closed. As you can see, it is not that good with the text, but we have the colors, we have an arena, an example, and that's it. If you want to get this image not like a binary format, but to have the image URL, you can use this one, response URL. Let's test it as well. So here we're gonna use, let's copy this HTTP request, and then instead of base 64, here we're gonna say URL, and let's run it. Let me pin all of the workflow up to there, and let's run it now to see. Services receiving too many requests, which offers 0.6 queries per minute for this model. Please upgrade to a higher tier for higher rate limit. I have been receiving this from them. Let's wait a minute and we're gonna try again. But as you can see, with the format that I'm using, base 64 straight away to return us the file, I haven't been getting this type of errors at all. But on this one, you can see sometimes even if we wait a minute or two, we can get this error again. So this is why if you want to upload the image somewhere, just get it as an image, convert it to file, and then if you want to upload it to Google Drive, to Cloudinary, to ImageBB, whatever you want, and this will ensure that you can have the image on the cloud. But for my case and for all of the 6 workflows that I'm going to show in the next videos as well, that this is the first one, and they are going to be working with each other for outbound and inbound generation and etc. We're going to use the file generation. Okay, in a minute, let's see. And now it's going to generate it, and you can see that we have the URL of the image and date, chunk, etc. And now if we go to the URL, we can see the generated image. Let's say this robots and this thing. So you can use this link for a limited time. And that's it. But if we try to generate again, probably it's going to give the error. Yeah. That's it. This is the difference between the model, between the settings that I'm using and the settings that they are giving here, response format. And you can see the pricing is free. So this is gonna be it for video and this setup. What we did here, we have created and set up an image generation workflow, which is getting our choices from form submission, cleaning them, enhancing prompts, and giving us 5 suggestions. Then when we choose, merging our chosen suggestion with the rest of the details, creating the prompt for the image, generating the image, converting it to a file, and sending it to us that we can download and use it. So if you want to use this workflow actively from your Telegram or somewhere, for example, you can make it active here, activate the workflow, and just on the production URL, just copy this URL and save it somewhere so you can access it whenever you want. Just access the form on your phone, generate the image, and you're gonna get whatever size and style of an image of your request. this is it. You can download straight away this workflow down from the description, and see you on the next video where we're going to continue with workflow 2, which is going to be LinkedIn post generator, where we're going to use this workflow again with some as a sub workflow in order to generate for our LinkedIn post generator to generate the images for our posts. So make sure you like and subscribe this video, and see you in the next video. And if you didn't watch the demo of this full workflow, you can go back on the demo video and watch the examples there. Thank you very much.